So, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon na pala, no? Okay,
Good afternoon po, sir.
malinaw. So, kamusta ang inyong pag-uwi? Anong balita nyo? Napa. So, tapos ba natin yung last topic, yung ano natin, discussion last meeting, yung sa part 1, yung solar radiation? Tapos ba? Hindi ko kasi matandaan kung aling section yung hindi pa tapos eh. Natapos natin to, yung mga wavelengths.
Hindi
Ay,
pa
hindi
po.
pa. Nakapanood kayo ng video? Ay, ano bang topic natin? Ah, anong huli nyo natin palang na-discuss? Hindi ko, sorry ah. Solar energy pa ba tayo? Okay, sige. So, topic 2 na pala 'to, eh. Wait lang, ah. So, hindi pa tayo tapos dun sa ano, topic 1, yung introduction to solar energy, hindi pa tayo tapos? Hindi ko maalala, eh. Wait lang, ah. Ilan ba na-discuss natin last meeting? Ilang PowerPoint? Ito, hanggang dito lang ba tayo? Ito ba yung dilaw na background na sinasabi nyo? Ay, sorry. Wala pa pala naka-present, no? So, sayang ano, pinauwi lang tayo. Mas gusto ko kasi face to face, eh. Ito ba?
Sir, ang alam ko po yung ano po, doon po tayo nagtapos sa process of scattering.
Sa scattering. Ito, na-discuss na natin 'to.
Opo. Opo, sir.
Wait. Okay. Hanggang dito? Yan?
Second PPT na po.
Okay, sige. So, tapos na tayo sa introduction. So, ano na tayo? Solar radiation tayo. Okay. Wait lang, Part 1, hindi natin natapos. So, ganun ulit. Kung ano lang matapos natin, then tuloy na lang uli natin next meeting. Ano? Nakapanood kayo ng video nito sa solar radiation or hindi? So, lampas tayo dito sa video. So, anyway, dito na lang uli natin simulan. Ano? Konti na lang naman to. Then, proceed tayo sa second part. Okay, so O3 kayo, no? Tama. Yan. Dito na lang natin pagpatuloy. So again, ang ating solar radiation, according dito sa image na to, ano po 'yan? Ay wala ba uli? Ano ba 'yan? Wala-walang presentation ko. Ayan. Ito, na-discuss na ba natin 'to? Pero nakapanood kayo ng video dito, yung sa solar radiation, yung about wavelengths? Okay, sige. So, dito na lang natin simulan. So actually, itong slide na to, itong part na to, na-discuss na rin to earlier. So, andito siya. Hanapin natin. Inulit lang. Ito. Yan. Ito pa rin siya. Si diffuse solar radiation and direct beam solar radiation. Again, ang addition nila kapag pinag-add silang dalawa is the global solar radiation. So ito, additional information lang. So yan, sunlight reaching the Earth's surface unmodified by any atmospheric processes. Again, kapag unmodified or hindi siya tumama sa anything like the atmosphere or clouds, ang tawag sa kanya is direct beam solar radiation or IBC. Then kapag naman na-scatter siya, again with the kapag ginamitan natin ng word na scattered, may diffuse na nangyari. So diffuse solar radiation ang tawag. So pag pinag-add ulit silang dalawa, ang sum nilang dalawa is the global solar radiation. Okay? So saglit na lang tong discussion na to, konti na lang naman natitira. So definition of absorption and reflection. From the verb absorb itself, ibig sabihin may kinukuha from the solar radiation yung items or anything. So according dito, defined as a process in which solar radiation is retained. Nandun lang sa object na yon. So, a great example dito is water. Katulad ng sa solar thermal natin. Kapag yung water naka-absorb ng heat, may chances of evaporation. May mga process na evaporation na nangyayari. Nagpo-produce siya ng radiation, sarili niyang radiation. Ikino-convert niya yung steam na yon, nagiging power siya as a mean of power para sa steam turbines. Have the reflection. From the word reflect itself, ibig sabihin may nire-reflect, may binabounce back, may nire-redirect. So it is a process where the sunlight is redirected by 180 degrees after it strikes an atmospheric particle. Again, ng solar radiation natin, hindi 100% ang na-absorb dito sa Earth. Some are being reflected back to outer space. So yun lang yun, absorption and reflection. Then some is being diffused or scattered. Okay? So, yun yung principle sa solar radiation. May na-absorb, may nai-scatter, and kapag na-scatter yon, ang tawag sa radiation na yon is the diffuse solar radiation. And iba na reflect back, which tsaka reflection. Now we have the wavelengths. So the amount of energy carried by a photon depends on the wavelength. Okay? Thus, the atom that comprise a gas can only absorb or emit particular wavelengths of energy. So, again, ipopost ko naman tong diniscuss natin. So, naipost ko na yung ating topic 1 sa inyong Google Class. Sorry, na-late ang post ko. Kaka-post ko lang kanina. Hindi ko pala siya na-post last week. Yung mga video doon, nandun naman yung magagandang definition na kahit panoorin nyo na yung video kahit panoorin nyo lang yung video doon, may makukuha na agad kayo yung idea sa ating mga topics. Okay? So the actual incident or solar radiation, so the insolation, is the incident solar power per unit area at certain location. And it varies according to, so ito na-discuss na din to earlier dun sa ating last meeting. Ito, sa unang slide din to eh. Iniba-iba lang yung pangalan. So ito, the position on the Earth because of the Earth's spin's axis inclination. So ibig sabihin lang nito, geographic location lang. Na-discuss na natin yan. Iniba-iba lang yung pangalan. So the time of day because of the Earth spinning. So time. The month of year because of the Earth's rotation around the sun. So seasonal, season. The angle of incidence, yung landscape location. The presence of clouds in the air mass and environmental effects, lang to, local weather. So na-discuss na natin yan, nandito siya. Kasama pa rin yan doon. Ito, yan geographic location, time of day, season, local landscape, and local weather. Inulit lang dito. Iba lang din yung mga pangalan or description. Okay? So yan yung nasa insulation natin. It varies according to. Same lang doon. Okay? Then, for our seasons, we have the equinox and the solstice. So again, ano ang difference ng equinox and solstice? Anyone po sa inyo? Difference ng equinox and solstice? Any brief idea or short idea? Or kung sino man ang may idea? Anyone po? Sige nga po, Mr. Almac. Olmac. Okay, yun. May part yun sa equinox and sa solstice. So, explain ko sa equinox, equal ang days and night natin. Okay, yan ay kung saan nearest ang equatorial plane natin sa sun. Okay, again, nearest ang equinox is the nearest equatorial plane sa sun. Then, the nights and days dito is equal din. Then, ang season na nangyayari sa equinox, since equal ang day at night natin, is the spring and the fall or autumn. Then, pagdating naman sa solstice, it is when the sun is farthest naman, farthest from the equatorial plane. Okay? Again, ang solstice, farthest from yung sun, farthest from the equatorial plane. Kung saan, meron naman, ang nangyayari naman dito, mas mahaba ang umaga or mas mahaba ang gabi. At kapag mahaba ang umaga, ibig sabihin summer season yan. Pagdating naman sa paghaba ng gabi, winter season. Okay? So, ang difference lang ng dalawa sa equinox, malapit ang sun sa equatorial plane, equal ang day at night. Then, ang kanyang season na nangyayari sa equinox, spring and fall. While for solstice naman, it is when the sun is farthest from the equatorial plane. And ang nangyayaring season dyan, summer and winter, kung saan mas mahaba ang araw or ang day sa summer and mas mahaba naman ang gabi or night sa winter. So that's the difference between those two seasons. Then for our last topic dito sa solar radiation na to is the directions of beam radiation. So we have latitude and longitude. Actually, we have 10. 10 for the direction of beam radiation. So latitude and longitude, siguro naman alam nyo na yan. Thumbs up nga po kung alam na ang latitude and longitude. Alam na po ba? O may hindi pa nakakaalam? So again, explain natin ang attitude. It is the angle measured the center of equator line. So ang Philippines, malapit sa equator o malapit yan sa zero. So if you are near the North Pole or South Pole, your latitude is nearly 90 degrees. Again, if you are on the equator line, your latitude is 0. Okay? Then we have the longitude naman. It is the angle at the center of the Earth between where you are and Greenwich. So it can be measured either east or west and varies from 0 to 180 degrees. So here is an image for your better understanding for latitude and longitude. So latitude, again, ang equatorial plane, doon ang 0 degrees. Okay? Then, depending on your location, kung nasa northern hemisphere ka, you have the positive degrees. For southern hemisphere, negative. So, positive 30, 60, 90. Naman, So, hahatiin lang natin vertically ang Earth. Para kung saan yung gitnang yon 180 to 0. Then again, from west to east natin, negative 90, negative 60, negative 30, 0, 30, 60, 90. Okay? So, latitude and longitude. So, yan yung mga pinaka-familiar na location natin or directions ng beam. Latitudes and longitudes. Kasi ginagamit natin yan. Meron na sa Google Map, meron sa map nyo. Then we have the solar declination. So the definition for solar declination, it is the angle made between the plane of the equator. So let's use this image. So if this is Earth and ito yung equator line nyo. Bakit sa tingin nyo tilted yan? Kasi ang axis of rotation ng Earth natin, tilted. Hindi naman ang axis of rotation natin dito, di ba? Ito ang axis of rotation natin. So, ibig sabihin, ang ikot ng Earth pa ganito. Ano? So, ito yung equator natin. Kailangan, kung ano yung ikot ng Earth, dun yung plane ng ating equator. So, this is our equator line. Then, ang sabi dito, angle made between the plane of the equator and the line joining the two centers of the Earth and the Sun. So, hanapin nyo lang yung centers ng Earth, center ng Sun, then drawing lang kayo ng line papunta dun sa gitna ng equator, and yung angle nila sa gitna, yun na yung ating angle ng solar declination. Okay? So, that's our solar declination. Okay po? Then we have yan, solar altitude angle, solar azimuth angle, solar zenith angle, and the solar R angle. So these definitions, yung mga definitions nyo diyang mababasa, yan na mismo yun. Ano? So for solar altitude angle, the angle between the line collinear with the sun's ray and the horizontal plane. For azimuth naman, the angle due south line and the projection of the location to the sun line on the horizontal plane. And for the zenith naman, the angle between the location to the sun line and the vertical at the location. For solar hour angle or HS is the time required for the sun to move 360 degrees around the earth or 15 degrees per hour. So for a better understanding ulit, we are going to use this image. Ano? So let's take zenith as an example. Itong zenith angle natin. Excuse me. So sa zenith, anong definition is zenith? So, zenith, ang sabi, the angle between the location to the sun line. So, if this is our sun, mag-drawing lang. Kunyari, dito kayo nakatayo. This is your location. Ano, nandyan kayo. Sabi, yung definition, again, ano? The angle between the location to the sun line. So, if this is your sun, at nandito ka, mag-imagine ka lang ng sunline na mula sa sun papunta dun sa location mo. So, that is your first line. Ano? Then, ang sabi, and the vertical at the location. So, the vertical at the location is the line going upwards lang dito sa location mo. Ano? So, if you are here, mag-imagine lang kayo ng line, ng vertical line pataas sa inyo. Straight line pataas. Ano? So, ito na. Then, yung angle between those two lines, that is your angle zenith. Okay? So, self-explanatory na yung mga definition nila. Solar zenith angle, again, from the sun line, yung in-imagine yung line, tapos mag-imagine uli kayo ng line vertical sa position nyo, pataas, and yung angle between there is the solar zenith angle. Okay? So, yung iba, ganun lang din ang gagawin. Basahin nyo lang yung definition, hanapin nyo lang dito sa image na to. Yun na yun. Ano, madali naman mahanap yung mga angle na yan. Okay? Then we have the angle of incidence and the surface azimuth angle. Ano? So for angle of incidence, it is the angle between the sun's ray and the normal on the surface. And for surface azimuth angle, it is the angle between the normal to the surface from true southwestward is designated as positive. So for better understanding, ganun lang din. Katulad lang ng sa nauna. Ito ang image, hanapin nyo lang yung definition dyan. Ano? So hanggang dun lang yung solar radiation natin. So for part 1, that is the part 1 of our discussion. Okay? So move on tayo sa second part. Ano? So wait lang, open ko lang yung ating second part. So dito sa second part actually is na-discuss na kasi natin yung mahahalaga sa first topic at dito sa first part natin. So more on ano to, itong second part, more on review, more on additional information na lang about solar energy and solar PV system, additional na lang. kung ano pa ang mga kasama sa ating PV system. Kung saan ba gawa ang ating mga solar cells, yan. Hindi, again, saan gawa ang solar cells natin? Sa silicon. Commonly silicon, but not all the time silicon siya. So ganun yung ating i-discuss sa second part. And how to prevent failures of the solar cells. So again, quick discussion lang to. Kita na ba? Okay. So again, for our second part, we will be discussing properties of semiconductors for solar cell. So again, properties. Then, we have the photovoltaic performance and energy management of PV modules. So dito sa photovoltaic performance, nandyan na i-discuss natin kung ano ba yung mga cause ng failures. Kung bakit may failures na nangyayari sa ating PV system at ano yung mga prevention dito. Okay? Again, additional information na lang to. Kasi yung iba na dito na i-discuss na naman natin. Meron na din sa video. Sa video ng first topic at ng ating first part ng second topic. So, solar cells. Again, solar cells. Who can give me a brief definition of solar cells in their own words? Anyone? Ano nga ba solar cell? From our previous discussion, paano nyo siya i-explain? Anyone po? Sige, tawag na lang ako ha. So, ayan. Sige nga, Mr. Casquejo.
Sir, para sa akin po, solar cells po is made out of silicons. Then yung nag-absorb po siya ng sunlight photons po to convert po into electricity po.
Okay. So that is solar cell. And saan gawa solar cell? Commonly, silicon. And dito sa silicon natin, nandun yung PN junction natin. Ang PN junction natin, again, we have the positive area and the negative area. So for positive area, we have the P-type, kung saan ang laman ng P-type natin is the holes. Then for the N-type, we have the negative area kung saan nandun yung freely moving electrons. At bakit nga ulit may PN junction? Bakit po kaya may PN junction? Okay, to give direction for the electrons. Para may path na dadaanan ang ating electrons, hindi kalat ang pagdaloy nila. So from napanood nyo ba yung video natin sa topic 1?
Yes po sir, kaso po wala pong audio ata yan.
Okay, anyway, yung topic natin doon, na-post ko na sa Google Class sa Google Class natin. If you have time, highly suggested ko is to watch the video. Andun na yung magandang explanation about solar energy, how solar panels work, itong PN junction natin, pati yung mga advantages, nandun na. So, moving on, again, solar cells are made of semiconductors. Bakit semiconductors? From the word conductor itself, it conducts electricity. So to understand the operation of solar cells and optimize their characteristic, one has to understand truly their material. So kung saan ba gawa ang solar cells. Again, since silicon ang ating second most abundant element on Earth, silicon yung common natin ginagamit. But not